Hi, Dan. How's it going?
Good.
Good. Excellent. So the reason why we're here, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Modern Woodmen and what we can offer you.
Okay.
All right. So Modern Woodmen, we're a fraternal financial company that's a nonprofit company.
Really?
Yes, sir. So what that means is we don't have stockholders above our heads. All right. We actually work for our clientele.
Wow.
Yes, sir. So we were initially formed in 1883 in Iowa. And we were initially started for the benefit of orphans and widows. And since then, we've turned into a full functioning financial company.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yes, sir. And these are just a little bit of the products that we have currently and that we work with. We have different life insurance, whether it's different whole life or universal term, but also we have annuities, fixed annuities. We have retirement plans, so it's your Roth IRA, your 401ks, and also from your simple plans and your SEPs. We also have investment products, which is your mutual funds, your bonds and stocks.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
You guys are big.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, sir. So that will lead me right into just how big we are, actually. So based on our 2017 numbers, we don't have our 2018 numbers in currently. So based off 2017, we have 760,000 members currently.
Wow.
Yes,
And what's
sir.
a member?
Anybody who uses our product, whether that's buying life insurance, using an annuity, or doing a retirement plan with us.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool.
As of 2017, we have 40 billion in life insurance that's currently enforced right now.
Okay.
And as of 2017, we paid out 1.3 billion.
Wow.
Yes, sir. So for our securities, we have 16.2 billion in assets currently. And we are actually rated A for excellence by AM Best. And what AM Best is, they're a company that judges different financial companies.
Oh,
So
wow.
we have
That
an A
is good.
rating.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Very
Just
cool.
think about school. Everyone wants an A.
Yeah. It says excellent. So,
Absolutely. So next, like I said before, we're a non-for-profit company, but we're community focused. So what that means is we love to give back to our communities and also to our members. So as of 2017, as you see here, we gave back 20.6 million back to communities United States wide.
wow.
As of our 10 small counties in southeast Wisconsin, we gave back 2.5 million.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
That's a lot.
It is. It actually is. And it's not, here's $1 million, here's $500,000. It's small grassroots efforts. So if somebody's looking for a new slide for a park in their hometown, they could talk to us about that, and here's a
Oh, that's very
possibility.
neat that a company does stuff like that.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And because we're community focused, we like to do that, and that's how we get our name out to different people in our community.
Oh, that's neat.
Yes, sir. So, what I'd like to talk to you about is if you became a member of Modern Woman, these are some of the outstanding benefits that you would be privy to.
Okay.
And I see you're in shape and you like to work out. Do
A
you
little
work
bit.
out
I should
often?
work out more. Yeah, I
Yeah.
really don't, but I need to. It's a good idea.
Everybody says the same thing, it's just a matter of what we have time for. But if you're ever looking to do that and join a gym, what we have here is an Anytime Fitness member benefit. And what that is, you would get a percentage off on when you initially start the club and also on monthly dues as well.
Wow.
So,
Neat.
and I do recall that you have a black Labrador, isn't that correct?
Right.
One of the outstanding perks of actually being a Modern Woodman member, the benefit you would get is we have is called Script Save. And what that is, not only would you get a percentage off on certain prescriptions for yourself, there's also a benefit that your dog would be able to get certain prescriptions off as well from some of their medications.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah.
I think he gets expensive once in a while.
Absolutely. And that's just one of the benefits that we offer. Another thing that I think is really outstanding is the Fraternal Aid Fund. So say you became a member and we did life insurance, for instance, and all of a sudden you hit a hardship, whether that is you got sick, you got injured, or something disastrous happened to the house, like a tornado came through. What Modern Woodmen would do is we would cover the actual cost for your monthly premium for up to 6 months for you and anybody else in your family that is a Modern Woodman member.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. One last thing I'd like to show you is the Perk Spot. Perk Spot's outstanding. Have you ever heard of Groupon, Dan?
Yeah, I heard of Groupon.
So this is sort of like Groupon, and what that is if you sign up for your member benefits and you go on to the Perk Spot, what would you could look for anything. You could say, I'm interested in Thai food. Okay, you could possibly look up Thai food. There could be a discount on that. You're looking for airline tickets. There's a possibility that there could also be a percentage off on different airline tickets.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's many different things that cover a gamut of different issues, whether you want to rent a car, like we talked about traveling. Say you just want to buy ice cream. I'm sure there's something in there that would cover ice cream as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had never heard of that.
Yeah, it's one of the great things about being a member of Modern Woodmen. Any questions or concerns
I
over
just was
anything that
surprised
we
a
went
financial
through?
company would do all that stuff.
Yes, sir. Well, like we said, we're community focused and we work for our clients, and that's just one of the benefits of being a member of Modern Woodmen.
Very cool.
So I'm just going to move this over here, Dan. So one thing I'd like to ask you, what does financial security mean to you?
Well, at this stage, making sure I have adequate retirement dollars.
Okay. And do you have a plan on when you actually want to retire?
No, we've been talking around a little bit, 62, 65. I always heard it's better to go longer for Social Security reasons, but yeah, I'm not real sure. I haven't looked at it real closely.
Yes, sir. And have you gone through any steps about your retirement yet? Have you done any planning with it?
Well, I've got my 401k and I've got a couple Roth IRAs.
Yes, sir. And when was the last time you had that reviewed?
Well, they send me statements regularly.
Okay. But you've never sat down with anybody and gone through it thoroughly?
No, not really. Well, the guy at work, he comes in and signs you up and he gives you what to pick, but really hasn't done much else with that.
Yes, sir. Well, that's something that we'd like to cover with you. So we'll go over all that in a little bit. So what I'd like to show you are some of the products that we offer currently. And the couple questions I have to ask for you is regarding protection. So do you currently have life insurance in force, Dan?
Well, I got some at work, and then when we got married, which is a few years back now already, we took out some policies, cover burial and a little bit more, and there's a savings element to it and everything else.
And that was through work only?
No, I got one at work. That's like 1.5 times my income.
Yes, sir.
But then back about 20 years ago, 25 years, I guess now, my wife and I bought $30,000 policies, and they got savings built in them.
Gotcha. Okay. And when was the last time you had that reviewed?
I think when the kids were born, we changed the beneficiaries. That was about it.
Okay.
But the kids are older now.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Well, that's something we'd also like to talk about as well with you, because regarding that $30,000, say you were to pass away,
Okay.
how would that affect your wife in the long run for her retirement planning, but her everyday living expenses? Would that $30,000 be enough to cover everything that she wants to do in life?
No, I'm not real sure if it would or not, yeah.
Yes, sir. So that's something that we talk about, and we can come up with different numbers that could actually help you in the long run with that. But we'll get into that in a little bit. That's just something
Okay.
to think about in the back of the mind.
Gotcha.
So we have different savings aspects with Modern Woodmen. We can help you come up with a game plan for savings, whether that's you're looking for your retirement, but also you're trying to buy a house, or if you want to buy that cabin up north.
Okay.
There's
Well,
different
we talked about buying some hunting land up north.
Outstanding. And there's different ways that we could come up with that could make sure that you would be able to save enough for that and still have enough money to retire when you're older.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
I'd be interested in that.
Absolutely. And that's one thing that we can do for you. Next thing we talk about what's on everybody's mind. That's retirement planning.
Okay.
Everybody wants to retire. As you said, you got that. You're thinking about doing the hunting land up north. That'd be a great place to retire.
Right.
And as you told me earlier that you have 401k through work, and that you said you also had a few annuities.
No, there were Roth IRAs we took out with the bank.
Roth IRAs.
Someone at work said it was good to get into those.
Okay. All right. So regarding your retirement, you said you were thinking about 62 to 65. Any particular reason why you picked that age?
Well, 62 is Social Security, but then some people said you shouldn't go right at 62. It's not as good a deal, especially if there's longevity in your family. They were talking about it at work some, so they said it'd be better to wait till later for Social Security purpose to get a lot more back.
Gotcha. And based on those numbers, do you feel that you have enough saved currently that you would be able to comfortably retire by the age 62, 65, sir?
I really haven't looked at it.
Okay.
I mean, I've got like about 160,000 in my 401k,
Okay.
and then I've got maybe 15,000, maybe not quite that much in the Roth.
Yes, sir. And that's something as modern women that we could do. We can make sure that there is enough in there for you. And if there isn't, we can try to figure out ways to make up that, try to make that up so you actually would have enough to retire when you're ready, whether that's 62 or 65.
So making sure that what I have is going to be enough.
Yes, sir, absolutely, that you could live comfortably without actually having to get another job after you fully retire.
Right. I know when I quit, I want to quit completely. I don't mind working, but I want to do more fishing and golfing and stuff.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And that next would segue into our retirement distribution. So when we talk about putting that money away for when we do want to retire at 62, 65, we want to make sure that you have enough saved so that you can live comfortably without having to actually worry about burning through your money after you're retired.
Well, that'd be a concern.
Right, that's a big concern for a lot of people. And do you know of any things that you would like to do while you're retired besides just the fishing and hunting?
No.
Any other hobbies?
Yeah, well, we don't have any grandkids yet, but hopefully we'll have grandkids to visit and spoil and stuff. But
You planning on staying in state, or you want to?
yeah, no, I think we like Wisconsin.
That's outstanding. Very nice.
Yeah,
Wisconsin's
travel a little bit, but yeah,
Sure.
no, we probably like Wisconsin.
Yeah, maybe a little Arizona or Florida for a couple months out of the year.
Yeah, a little bit here, a little bit there, but don't want to live down there either.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with that. Absolutely. The next thing I'd like to talk to you about is estate planning. And my question for you is, do you have a plan set up that if something were to happen to you or your wife, that your assets would be able to be distributed to your heirs correctly?
If something happened to her, I'd want everything, and I think she'd want everything, other than maybe one of my guns my son would grab, but I think we'd want everything to go to each other. I think that's, how the kids would treat it.
Okay. And have you gone through any steps to make sure that process is in place?
No,
anything written?
Yeah, no, I didn't realize, people told us to get a will way back when, but, we got busy and never did it, but.
And that's something.
Is that important?
Yeah, absolutely. And I get that. I mean, a lot of people are busy and a lot of things just kind of fly past without actually sitting down and taking care of it.
Especially when the kids were younger, they were, we meant to do it. We just never did.
Well, this is a good thing to actually look into. And we can actually refer you to a certain amount of lawyers that deal with that specifically.
Oh, okay.
And a good reason to have this plan in place is to avoid probate. So have you heard of probate before?
Yeah, I know it's something that go when you die and stuff, but.
Right. So what would happen is your assets could be turned over to the state. And then the state has to figure out who it's actually going to be distributed to.
Well, it wouldn't go just to my wife?
No, it wouldn't actually. So that's one of the reasons why we want to have a written plan in place so that there's no denying this was bequeathed to your wife through your own words. Okay? And one of the things we like to do with that is we want to avoid probate because there's a lot of fees involved with that.
Oh, yeah, we want to avoid fees for
Right,
sure.
absolutely. So that could take a chunk out of your assets just to take care of that, just to make sure that those assets you have are actually distributed properly.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that we'll look into while we're going over
Okay.
this planning for you. And I know you currently do not own your own business, but have you ever thought about opening your own business ever?
Oh, way back when, but no, not really.
Yeah. Well, Modern Woodmen's outstanding. We work with a lot of small businesses. And one of the aspects that we offer different clients, especially for small businesses, is how to maintain a business, how to come up with business plans in case they want to leave their business, so different exit strategies.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, absolutely. You know anybody that owns a small business or
Yeah,
anything?
my brother owns a plumbing business. He's only got like 3 or 4 employees, though.
Outstanding. And we work with a lot of different small businesses, whether they have 1 to 12 employees. So there's different things that we could work with on. And your brother is somebody I'd like to talk to eventually, but we'll get into that.
Okay.
And the last thing we talk about is employee benefits. Again, you do not have a small business.
No.
But if you did, there's different ways that we can show you about the employee benefits on how to keep key employees, but also how to reduce different taxes and issues like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we
So-
don't have any business yet.
Yeah, but this might be a little bit more impressive to your brother than you as of right
Yeah,
now,
okay.
you know.
Yeah, maybe you should look at that.
Yes, sir, absolutely. So that's what Modern Woodmen's about currently. Are there any questions that I can
No, it
address
just
for
seems
you?
almost overwhelming. There seems like there's so much to do.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And I know people feel that way, but when we go through the planning aspect of everything, we're going to take it slow and we're going to break everything down for you appropriately so that you feel comfortable in everything that we're talking about and that we're all on the same level.
Okay.
Okay, so if there's at any time whatsoever during this conversation that you feel like you need a further explanation on something, or if you need more information on it, I'd be happy to provide that for you, Dan.
Okay. Good.
Awesome. So one thing I'd like to ask, besides retire, we know we're thinking about doing that in 62 to 65 to retire. Do you have any financial goals that you're currently thinking of that
No.
you would like to achieve?
Well, the retirement,
We talked about the cabin with the hunting
yeah,
land.
I'd want to make sure I have enough for retirement first before we do something like that. But
Okay.
that would be important, and it's always been sort of a goal of ours, but we really never looked into it.
Okay. Outstanding. And so currently, the only steps you've taken for those goals is that you've accomplished a 401k through work. You also have the Roth IRAs that you
Right,
have
right.
set up, but you also have a little bit of life insurance that has a little bit of money value
Right,
to it
yeah,
as well.
they say down the road I could retire with some of that money.
Okay, absolutely, and there's definitely you definitely can do that, and depending on how much interest you're actually making on that, there could be more money in there than you realize actually,
Yeah.
and that's something we could take a look at for you just to make sure it's working appropriately for you.
Okay.
If not, there's something we could possibly do that might be able to benefit you down the road a little bit better.
Okay.
So, what other steps are you doing
Well,
to
we
achieve
got a
those goals?
savings and checking account. but
What do you
that's-
got in that?
Well, right now I think we've got about 29,000 in the checking account right now.
Okay. Outstanding. And is this a shared joint account with your
Yeah,
wife?
so both of ours. Yeah.
Gotcha. And what was the last time you actually sat down with somebody to review any of your financial needs or goals? Have you
Just
ever
when
done that?
I put when the guy comes around, change our contribution levels.
And that's just at work.
Right. He really doesn't go into the other accounts or nothing like that.
Okay. So you've never sat down with anybody outside of work to review
No,
any of these things?
not at all.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm always afraid you're going to try to sell me something,
Right, absolutely, and I understand that completely, and that's something that a lot of people worry about. So that's one thing that when we address these situations, we talk about it with you, and then we show you everything and show you how it can be of value to you. And if it's something that you don't need, or if you need more information on, we'd be happy to provide that for you, or not provide it to you based on your needs.
Okay. Yeah, we always worry about that a little bit.
Absolutely, and everyone else does. I mean, it's just your money. You worked hard for it. You want to make sure that it's actually being put into a place that's appropriate for you, and that it's going to make money for you the way you feel comfortable with it. Not everyone's comfortable with doing aggressive stocks. Some people would rather just put their money somewhere where there's going to be a steady growth.
We just don't understand it, quite honestly.
And absolutely, and that's one thing. That's one of the reasons why I'm here right now, is to make sure you do understand those things. And we'll talk about that, and we'll make sure that you understand every step that we're going through to make sure that you're comfortable with the way that we're going to potentially handle your money if we were going to do any investments.
Okay.
Right. So who else do you consult with regarding making your financial decisions?
Well, I used to with my mom and dad, but no later. It's just really ourselves right now.
Just your wife and you.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Now, don't be afraid to get more information on the stuff. How do you are you happy with the rate of return with the bank? Is it earmarked? So you don't be afraid. Okay. Only suggestion. You did very well, by the way.
Oh,
extremely well. The only suggestion when you talk about in here,
yes, sir.
don't necessarily you refer to your planning as products.
Oh, I did.
Yeah. I don't mind talking products. Products almost sound by planning sounds.
Right.
So, but you wasn't bad, honestly. I just think it'd be an improvement instead of highlighting.
I don't like that word product. I don't know why I use that.
Yeah, I used it a few different times.
Yeah.
And maybe because you had it there, and as we talked about earlier, so we have a service or because products like we're going to buy something, service.
Right. Services.
Or help you plan, or here's how we look at some of the areas.
Right.
Versus products.
Yeah, some of our planning.
Now, are you doing okay time-wise?
It's 2:55.
Okay. Sorry about that.
It's